Here we go. We're officially recording, so this is going to be meeting number 3 of the Helpie Knots. The idea of these meetings is so that we know where we are, how we are growing, who is joining the server, and how we're overall doing. Obviously, the second idea or the second mission of this little meetings is to know if there's issues, concerns, or if you guys have any ideas you want to bring to the table, because at the end, this project is not just mine, it's not just Anka's, it's not just Petty's, it's all of us. We're trying to find a way that we can grow together. We're trying to find a way that we can learn more and more, not only from each other, but also, in general. We're trying to learn about cryptos, we're trying to learn about Steam, we're trying to learn about all these things so that we can all, become stronger and better members of the community, of the Steamian community in general too. I've had a few people join this week without me being able to properly say welcome. Dave is one of them, so welcome, Dave, to Helpie. I know that Dave is a very social guy, and he's been inviting some people to the Helpie server, and I kind of lost track of how many people got into Helpie, and I wanted to be able to say welcome to all of them. I wanted to be able to introduce myself to them. Not only because I don't want this to become a server where nobody knows anybody. There's a bunch of those out there, and I don't think there's too much value to that. And I'm not trying to put anybody down, but if everybody is doing their own thing and nobody cares, and they're just dropping posts on the tab, that's, we're not bringing anything new to the table. And to me, then why would we even do this? That's my opinion. I am not the owner of the truth, but I would like for everybody in here to, if not become friends, at least know each other and respect each other. So, and that becomes crucial, and that step that we say hi to each other when we get here, that we know who this person is, that we all, and not for any other reason but to recognize each other's value, as a person, as a contributor, as a creative. And that's also part of the reason why we have our little game that we're going to be playing today. It's part of the mental reprogramming that I keep on talking about. So, for those who don't know, what is the deal with Helpie? Helpie is a project that started a few months ago as an idea, and it was this whole concept of making cryptos, understanding cryptos, a little bit easier, understanding Steam a little bit easier for those who are just starting out. At the very beginning, all of us, almost with no exception, are very confused about what anything means. What are SBDs? What's Steam? What's Steam Power? What do you mean power up? What do you mean power down? And all these things are explained by the platform. There's a gigantic FAQ on the platform, and all the information is there. But what happens is that it's so much, and it gets so complicated and so convoluted that a lot of us, me included, struggle to read it. And we do so because it's like reading a manual. Nobody has fun reading manuals. So with that mindset, we were thinking, well, how do we make reading the manual fun? If there is a way, can we find the judo move, the ninja move, to make it fun? And that's how this whole Helpie thing came to be. So Helpie is a community of people that we call the Helpies, so the Helpie Knots. But Helpie is also a trivia bot. Every day, Helpie makes a post about Steam, things regarding the ecosystem, regarding how SBDs work, what is a witness, how do you vote for witness, and all this stuff. And it breaks it down to the simplest way possible, meaning that one lesson would probably be broken down into 5-6 different questions, just so that it becomes really easy to digest. And it becomes at some point in time second nature. So even though there's a lot to talk about witnesses, for example, we could talk about witnesses for hours. Well, one day you just might learn one aspect about what witnessing is. Maybe even learn some names about witnesses and what they have done. One day we might talk about why SBDs are important, and just with 2 or 3 simple facts, and that's it. Because the idea is, again, to make it fun. Now, in order to create an incentive, all the Helpies who are registered, and for that, we have to make sure that everybody that gets into the server talks to Pichichimena, my brother, so we can get their account registered. All the Helpie Knots that are registered get upvotes from Helpie the bot, for participating of the trivia. So what does that mean? It makes a question. It's going to ask you A, B, C, or D. Sometimes it could be a more complex lesson, but most of the time it's just multiple choice. And just for participating, you're going to win upvotes. So in a way, it's just like a faucet. It's just like a faucet. You make money just by participating of the trivia, just by answering some questions. Even if you get them wrong, you still make a little bit of steam. But the idea would be that the people that contribute the best, meaning the ones that not go a little above and beyond just putting A, just putting B or C, will usually win more upvotes from either me, Pechi, or anybody who's curating the page that day. So within Helpie, within the server, we have some Steamian teachers. Carrie Allen is one of them, that also prepare lessons. So if there's one important lesson on how to set up your GinaBot account, one of the Steamian teachers might do that. If there's a lesson about how to do, there's Carrie. Hi, Carrie. How to do tags, how to make your post look awesome, all the HTML code that you should know in order to make better posts. Well, she made a lesson about that and was very successful. So the idea would be that the teachers can also make lessons for Helpie. They would be posted through Helpie, and everybody who participates can, of course, win some upvotes for learning, for applying some of the things that they learn, and also, win some recognition if they do an amazing job. So the very next day, after you have answered the trivia, after you've participated of the lesson, the best answers, usually besides getting more upvotes from the curators, get featured the next day. And that's like a little way of saying, hey, you know what? I recognize that you put in a little more work. I recognize that you took it upon yourself to learn more about the subject. Here you go. Have more money. And here you go. Recognition the very next day for doing an awesome job. All of us have something to learn, and all of us have something to teach. And I really believe strongly in that, and which is why I encourage people to go a little above and beyond when answering the Helpie questions. Now, the other element of Helpie, the bot, is that it is also programmed to support all the members of the Helpie family when they make posts. So when you go in your blog and you make a post, if you are registered through Helpie, Helpie will give you an upvote. Now, at the very beginning, it's very tiny. I think right now, because of the price of Steam, is maybe like 8 cents or 7 cents. But the idea behind that is that everybody, and this goes for me, it goes for anybody who has ever started on Steam, starts with absolutely no followers, starts with absolutely no way of making any money, and with the tiniest of upvotes in the world. It's not even a penny when you first start out. So it's pretty heartbreaking to keep yourself motivated when you're putting so much work into your blog and there's nothing happening. It's really heartbreaking. So I was trying to come up with a way that I could guarantee some sort of floor for the Helpie nuts, for the people that participate of Helpie, so that regardless of what happens, you never make a post that makes 0. Now, is this going to be something that is going to feed your family? It's going to put food on the table? Not really, because it's not a big account. It's not. Helpie is a dolphin. It has like 6,300 something steam power. Well, that's not a tiny dolphin, but it's just a dolphin. So it's not gonna make you buy your own Lamborghini or anything of the sort. But it is gonna guarantee that you never go with a 0. And I think that's important to know that you, regardless of what happens, you're not gonna go blank. You're not gonna collect dust. Now, because Helpie is a community account, people are encouraged to delegate to Helpie, and the return on the delegations are huge. What that means is that if you delegate 50 steam power, Helpie starts to give you a vote that is a lot more than 5 cents, a lot more than 7 cents. It will give you 22, 33, depending on where the steam is. You can sometimes get 50 cents for your 50 steam power or 100 steam power delegation, which, if you were to translate it, that is actually like a penny that you're converting it into 50, 40 cents, whatever it is, depending on the price of steam. Now, somebody might tell me, well, Menno, you're crazy. Why would you do that? Why would you do that crazy return on investment? Because at the very beginning, when you first start out in Helpie, or you first start out on the platform, you have this idea that, oh my God, I just made this much money. I just got a Curie vote. And then you get all that money out, all the things that you made, and you send it to block trades, right? And then once you send it to block trades, then you go back to your zeros. And then you're wondering, oh my God, no, okay, that's it, it's over. And the dopamine effect is over and all this stuff because you were thinking short term. You were thinking about the now. You were thinking, it's like, oh, here's the cake, I'm going to eat it. And then you forgot that you were barely putting the first seeds on the ground and you killed the tree before it even sprouted. So it's a way to kind of reprogram everybody to think, oh, how can I, even though I'm a small account, even though I'm a tiny guy, how can I start thinking more long term? How can I start thinking about this as an investment? So by you powering up and you delegating, you start to shift that thinking into, oh, you know what? I am not just a creator right now, a content creator. I'm an investor. And that tiny little shift, it's going to make a huge difference. And I've seen it with my own two eyes. When that clicks, when it clicks to people, and they just like, oh, it clicked. And all of a sudden they go from an account that could barely make a penny to an account that's putting up votes like 5-6 cents, getting involved with all these things, bringing not just because of the upvote itself, because it could be nice. I think it's nice to give somebody a bigger upvote, but because all of a sudden that account is not running out of bandwidth, for example, which is a really big pain in the butt when you first start out, and it's extremely difficult to interact effectively when you keep on running out of bandwidth. You know, it's just, I mean, imagine, it's like, oh, I'm going to respond to this guy, but I'm going to do it tomorrow once I got more bandwidth. That's some BS. So it is a bit of a reprogram. So people start thinking more as an investor. And at the same time, by also us combining our Steam power into a Helpie account, we also create our own little dolphin. Dolphin, for those who don't know, is an account that has over 5,000 Steam power. And that is a considerable account. Now, if any of us had 5,000 Steam power, we would not call that a tiny account. Well, that account, that Dolphin account, was created by all of us. Like me, Kodak, Soundwaves, we all delegated to that account, which is able to support this little initiative. Now, I've spoken a lot, and I'm still not done. The last element of Helpie is because the whole point of this community, of this server, of this bot, is not for me to find a clever way to make SBDs and pocket them. All the money that Helpie makes, and that is every single day when it makes trivia and everybody gives Helpie upvotes, I don't ask for them, they just do. Instead of me pocketing that SBD and saying, okay, here we go, I'm going to buy myself some pizza, we started to create these little jobs for people. So people that participated of Helpie in a way. It could either be making a lesson, it could either be as a curator, LO Farms is our curator for homesteading. Whatever it is that you think you can do for Helpie, something that you can bring more value, something that you can be a Helpie, you can be somebody that helps other people on the platform, I will grab those SBDs from the Helpie account and pay them to you. And just so this is clear, from the beginning I think I've said it, I don't take upvotes from Helpie because I would find that to be unethical. It's almost like I'm saying, hey guys, let's think about the community, and then start taking from me. I'm not. This is all for you guys. I'm not taking one single SBD from Helpie. This is all for you guys. With the idea that once everybody grows here, once everybody wins, once everybody becomes one day possibly a dolphin, if not a whale, that would go right back into the community, and then that would go right back into making everybody else successful too. So, that being said, I said to Dave today in a conversation about how do we invite people to Helpie. The reason why I'm a little hesitant to go ahead and just start putting the link out there, and this makes sense, at least it does to me, and if somebody disagrees, please tell me. I'm okay with this, is that I want to be able to know and meet every single person that comes through Helpie. I want to be able to greet them, be like, hey, I see you, I acknowledge you, you bring value, awesome you're here. I don't want anybody to be a stranger. That's reason number one. Reason number two, I want to be able to, for it to be sustainable, meaning if the Helpie bot runs out of Steam power and all of a sudden there's so much people in here and I have not secured enough Steam power to the Helpie bot to where it can keep on this is the best word I can find, feeding everybody. You know, I want everybody to make money, everybody that's participating, then it would collapse on itself. So the community grows, as we have more steam power, I can say, okay, let's get 2 more, let's get 3 more, and maybe if we're lucky, we can get the support of a whale. That would be amazing. Like if tomorrow we get a witness or somebody with a bigger account saying, hey, I love it, I think it's great, here you go, 1,000 more steam power, then I will say, okay guys, let's try to get 20 more people, we can do it now. Because we're growing at a pace to where the bot's going to be able to keep up. And that means basically that I can adjust the percentages of the bot where it votes, but it will still equate the same in the payouts. So like, just to make the math really simple, imagine that a 10% vote of Helpie right now gives you 20 cents. Well, if Helpie doubles in size, then a 10% vote would give you 40 cents. Well, then that means I can do a 5% vote and still give you the 20 cents, therefore allowing us to have double the amount of people. So with this idea, how many people have the right to invite? Everybody has the right to suggest people. And so that's the other element I wanted to say. So like if you find somebody that you think is awesome and somebody that should be on this platform, talk to one of the admins, talk to one of the patrons, and tell them, hey, I want to invite this person. Of course, there's going to be a conversation. We all have to agree that person's going to come in and whoever it is. And here's the other thing about it. Why you go like, oh, why am I being picky about the people that I want to come into the platform or into Helpie? Because of 3 things. 1, I want people that are community oriented or that could possibly be community oriented, meaning that maybe they don't have a community, but I know or somebody knows them and they know that they're going to be able to fit in, they're going to be able to get along. Number 2, I don't want people that are making, and I'm sorry to say this, but I don't want people that are making shit posts. I don't. And that's like, because I don't want to support people that are just doing, little tiny 2-liners or plagiarizing stuff from the internet or stuff like that. I don't want that. It's like, because in my view, and of course I could be wrong, but in my view, we would be hurting Steam as a valuation of Steam if we don't attempt to make the best content we can possibly have, right? And then the third one, and just as important as the other 3, they have to be no drama, good-hearted human beings. And because, and I say possibly the most important is because somebody can be really smart. Somebody can be making great, let's just say, technical analysis posts with like the amazing charts. And then that person could be, and I don't like cussing, but I'm just going to say because I'm trying to make a point. That person could be an asshole. Well, I don't care. I don't want them here. You know what I mean? Because this is supposed to be a place where everybody can feel comfortable and safe to be here. Can feel vulnerable enough to grab the microphone, even if you believe yourself to be shy, and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to talk. But I normally don't like to talk. It's like, oh, man, but I don't like to talk. I don't like to. Well, in this place you can, because there's nobody here who's going to judge you. And I mean, if somebody wants to act like that, they probably wouldn't be here. Like we had a thing a few weeks ago, and somebody that it really broke my heart, but somebody was disrespecting people in here, and I had to ban him. I don't have an issue doing that if the person does not respect everybody else. So I say we can disagree, and if we disagree, if we don't like something, if we think somebody else treated us wrong, whatever, let's disagree. But let's disagree with respect and without drama. It's hard to do, but let's give it a go. So if you think that somebody, if you think that somebody would be a good candidate for Helpie, by all means, talk to LL Farms, talk to Anka, talk to me, talk to whoever you think could basically help you vet that person. And if we think that person is going to be a good candidate, then we're going to reach out and we'll invite them to the server. Now, make sure though that you're not putting the link of the server anywhere yourself. And the main reason for that is because what happens, what do you guys think is going to happen if you put the link of the server on a post? Then we're going to get all the spammers, all the scammers show up on the server, just like it happens on MSP, just like it happens everywhere else. So you keep on losing me. I think my connection is okay. Okay. All right. I don't know.
It's fine, Mano. But painting Painting Angels is up in the general
Mm-hmm.
text channel and can't get into this room with a error message. Don't have the permission.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Yep.
Let me see.
Maybe you can grab her.
Yeah, that makes no sense. She should be okay. Let me see. Click on this. I think that should. Let's see if that works. I did not make this room special or anything. Well, let's see. Okay. Uh, to continue our convo, I think. Okay, regarding Dave is asking about the articles on Helpie. Um, well, you don't have to be a STEAMian teacher to contribute an article to Helpie. You can be um, you can be a minnow cadet. You can be a minnow in training. It doesn't matter if you have a good tutorial, something that could be very useful for other Helpies. By all means, you're welcome to. The way that we are doing it right now, this we came up with this kind of system. Bembo, can you do me a favor? Can you see if you can help? If you can help uh, Painting Angels get on here. Let's see if you can help her. Send her a DM and see what's going on. The way that
I'm still looking for.
yeah, the way that we submit it or the way that it's submitted, we came up with this system with LL Farms that I think is the one that works the best, and is we create well, you have to create an account with HackMD.io. It is a free service. It's very much like a Word document that also has tags, and you can also use HTML. You would make your post on there. Obviously, you're not gonna share the link anywhere else. It takes seconds to create an account, and then you will talk to Pechi, which is my brother Pechiche. He should be here pretty soon. He works until a little later, and you would tell him, "Hey, this is the post I've made for Helpy. This is my idea." Well, you can talk to him first about your idea, or talk to me about the idea. He's the little piggy, and then once it gets approved, once we go like, okay, it's perfect, the spelling is correct, the whatever it is, then we schedule the day where that's going to be posted onto the Helpy blog, and once it gets posted, you will be paid your 5 SBD. That's the current rate right now. If you make a lesson, it can go up and it can go down. We are going through some bad Steam dollars, bad Steam price right now, and we're not making as much as we did 2 weeks ago. But if I have to throw in more SBD of my own to kind of keep it going, I will. I'm coming up with a little plan, but that's neither here or there for now. It's 5 SBD for now. That's what we're doing. And now there's a second job you have to do if you make a lesson, which is to curate the day. Meaning that if, let's just say, for the sake of argument, that I make a lesson about how to make the your Steam dollars, how to make them Bitcoin, so that, or how to send them to my bank, and I make a whole lesson about like how I can use local bitcoins or blah, blah, and I can trade and all stuff, and I make a big lesson, and then I submit it. You get paid the 5 SBD, but that day part of your job is to go there and respond to people with questions. So everybody is encouraged to participate of that lesson of that day, to ask all the questions that they might have if anything is not clear, and the teacher of the day, the person that made the lesson, should curate, because what we don't want to do is leave all those gaps. So it's not like we don't post and run. It's the opposite. There's some things there that you will win that are not so apparent. One of them would be that if you are providing a lot of value to a lot of helpies, to a lot of people participating, and also people that are not helpies, because we have some people show up on the Helpie feed and they're not part of the community but they participate of the trivia. Um, if you are there and you're participating, you're kind of putting your name out there. You're kind of letting people know, hey, you know what? I am a Helpie at heart. I'm somebody who likes to provide value. Somebody who likes to give back, and that also gives you a little bit of social currency, aside from the fact that you are getting paid some SBD. So It's not a post and run. It's like it's a post and curate for that day. You are welcome to curate past the first day. You don't have to, but you are welcome to. Meaning, if you make a lesson and you for the 7 days that it's active and you want to go back in there and keep on answering questions, if there are any, by all means do it. But we can't pay more than the 5 currently, just because Helpie is not making that much anymore. That's gonna change. I'm pretty sure we're gonna turn around. It's gonna do a 180 pretty soon, and we're gonna do so much better. All right, so Painting Angels. Can you click on here? Regarding the little tags and whatnot that you can use if you want to, we do have a tag that we started using, the Helpie tag. You can make posts that you believe could be good for Helpies, and you can add the Helpie tag. But if it is a post for Helpie, meaning that you wrote it as if Helpie is the one going to be posting it, then it is going to go on Helpie's blog. It won't go on yours. Now, to some people that might not be worth it. And what I mean by that is, let's say Lexiconical, which is actually one of the Steamian teachers, he makes like 100 plus every time he makes a post. So to him, he might be like, no, I'd rather put it on my blog. And that's fine, and that's understandable, and I'm not going to judge you if you say, no, I'd rather put it on my blog. But the idea of this is to make jobs for the little accounts, for the guys that are just starting out, and of course, for somebody who's just starting out, 5SBD is not, it's not so bad. But for somebody who's a dolphin already, 5SBD is like, no, man, I make that if I just vote on myself. But yeah, so anyways, so that's the thing. So that's the process. You got to make a HackMD account. After you make the HackMD account, we will probably get on a chat between Pechi, myself, and you if you decided that you want to do a lesson, or if you decided you wanted to take on some curation job. Regarding the jobs, there is really something to be said about Helpie, in a sense that we don't have anything defined as of right now. Somebody could come to me with a great idea, and if you have a great idea, you think there's something you can do for Helpie that could be beneficial to other people, come talk to me. Let's see if we can come up with something awesome, and let's do it. I don't have all the answers. I keep on going back and forth in between the people that I talk to, saying, hey, this is what I think I can do, and I hear the devil advocates when they tell me no. So Serena can't hear anything. Well, yeah, if somebody can help her, she might just have her volume down. But this is going on a recording anyway, so anybody can later on listen to it if need be. So again, if you have an idea, I said not the last meeting we had, but the one before. Hey, listen, if you have this job idea that you want to do, make a post about it. Use the Helpie tag. Let me read it. And if we think it's awesome, a few of us think it's awesome, let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. I am not currently re-steaming from the Helpie tag, but that is just because nobody has made a Helpie tag. Nobody has made a post that would consider to be Helpie yet. So I mean, people have made posts and they've put, I'm a proud Helpie nut. Bembo Maniac can make some really cool little buttons and stuff. He is pretty much like the little button master, and he made like a little Helpie button. I'm a proud Helpie nut that some people are using, but you're not required to. If you do, it's great. It gives more visibility to the community, and that's great in the long term for us. So you can use that one, and he also has one that says, I'm a proud Helpie nut. Now, yeah, that one's kind of cool. So why do we want visibility? Well, we do want a little bit more visibility, and that is just to be able to request for more aid from whales and from dolphins. It's not for any other reason. So if we start using Helpie banners, Helpie tags, then what's going to happen is more and more people are going to know about the initiative, and maybe 2 weeks down the road, 3 weeks down the road, I can go up to a whale, and I know a few, and say, hey, listen, I'm getting this many more members of my server. Could I interest you in becoming a sponsor, a patron of Helpie? And of course, but it has to be something to where they can see the value in it. There's a lot of whales that don't require payment for the delegations. One of them is Ospit Bank. He actually delegated 1,000 steam power to Helpie, and he also votes on Helpie's post. So he's actually the main supporter of Helpie right now. But at the same time, he gets it. So I have to make sure it's somebody that gets it, and somebody sees the value of it, somebody that sees that we are taking our time to add quality people, to support quality people, and it's a user retention system and a user education system is a tool. Really, it's an educational tool. Now, joking, Ned said earlier that I kidnap people. Yeah, that is kind of what I'm doing. I'm kind of going around. I'm being very picky about the people I've invited because it's not a horrible thing to say. I just want the best of the best I can find. There is a giant percentage of people on Steam that are just here for like, oh, the money, and I don't want those people. And I know it sounds weird, but we are here. We can make a profit. We can make a living with this one day if we think long term. But if your eyes are going dollar signs, then you're not gonna get the whole community aspect of it. And I don't want it. You're gonna try to find the loopholes and the tricks and how am I gonna do it so that Helpie can vote on me 5 times, and maybe if I go into... No, I don't want you to think like that. I don't want anybody who's scheming. So that's why I am picky. Yeah, I want talent, but more than that, I want good people. And this is a good segue, after I said that, to the little games that we're gonna play today. I think everybody can talk. Dave was having an issue with the microphone earlier, but I don't know if he figured it out. Anka, I muted your microphone because it kept on making noises, but I will unmute you if you want to participate of the game. So, anyways, the first game we're gonna start playing right away because yeah, she was hot. She's always hot. The first game we're going to play is a little game called Shill a Post. And the idea of the game is a silly little game, but the idea of the game is to kind of change that mindset of, oh, I'm just gonna go in here and drop my post and leave that everybody does in all the servers, because I think that's pretty defeating. Nobody... And I can guarantee it that nobody, for example, on MSP reads anybody else's post. They just put there and then they leave. And there's nothing to win out of that. You don't get to know somebody like that. So the Shill a Post Day is a little game that we're playing where you have to pick somebody else's post, another Helpie Knot, and you have to read their post and then explain to on the microphone why you enjoyed that person's post. So just to give you a reference, you can't say, oh yeah, this one I liked. Why? Oh, because it's good. No, that's not a good shill. Nobody convinced me from reading that post with like, oh, this one's good, I like it. No, you gotta make it ninja. You gotta tell me why you loved it. We are gonna know if you actually read it, because if you try to fake it and you try to say, something like, well, this one here I liked it because when I was like reading it, like I felt like the things and it's like well written, and I'm gonna know that you were not sincere. So you have to go into the share a post channel on the server, read through those posts, find someone that you really 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 like. Find some posts that you really, really like, because you have to sell it. And this is to say, oh, but what do I get, man? Oh, I don't want to like read everybody's posts. Well, if that's how you're thinking, then I'll give you the terrible cold bucket news that you're never going to grow. Because we're not islands, and by ourselves, we're nobody. We're only great if we're together. So that's the first thing you need to delete from your head. You have to be able to enjoy everybody else, and you have to be able to see the power of the community. So this is mental reprogramming, 100%. So you go in there, you read, you say, hey, I love this one. This is awesome. This is the reason why, blah, 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 blah. Everybody who participates on this game is going to win some SBD. So we're going to make a post regarding this thing. Bembo Maniac is the shill master. He's going to keep track of who participated today. So he's going to say, okay, this person spoke. He's going to keep track of what posts they shared, right? And everybody who spoke, just for speaking, even if you did not such a great job, you're going to get some SBD. So when the post pays out in 7 days from now, the shilling post, we're going to split the SPD, and it's going to go to everybody who participated. Just because you participated, because you were brave enough to talk about somebody else's post. Now, the best shiller, that means the person that really read it, that went in there and said, that sold it so good, that Carmelin did last week. He did such a great job. Is going to get 100 Steam Power delegation from me for 1 week. So you make money, and on top of that, you get a little more boost on your upvotes just because you decided to open your mind and not think just of yourself. So it's like a win, 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 win. Everybody wins. And I'll tell you something else that is amazing, and this is one of the reasons why I keep on saying like this reprogramming is so awesome, because once you get into this mindset of like, oh, you know what? What's in it for them? What's in it for them? All of a sudden you start enjoying, because it is what it is. It's like enjoying the feeling of being valuable in somebody else's life. And I don't know how to describe that, because we can come up with this like holistic idea and like, oh, the Mercury, I don't even know none of those things, so I'm not going to try to make it up, but there is something kind of magical that happens when you feel some sort of relevance. You say, you know what I've brought some value to this person's life, and I left my little footprint, and I, for one, I'm addicted to that feeling. It makes me feel that I've made a positive impact, that I'm an agent of positivity in somebody else's life. So maybe, and I could be wrong, but maybe, just maybe, somebody else could do that too. And if enough of us are doing that, we could be a force for good. We could do foot fetish. Maybe so. All right, so anyways, after explaining all this, we're going to start doing the show a post little game. La Bella Vita. That's right. And I am going to start, and the only reason I'm going to start is so that you guys get an idea of how it's done, but I am not participating. That means it would be silly if I pay myself more Steam Power or if I send myself some SVD. So the only reason why I'm doing it is so that I kind of tell you, oh, this is kind of the idea that we have of how we're going to make this happen. So, I am starting...
So, we have one.
Yes. Who is going
to get in?
Who is going to participate of this today?
At first, it is LL Farms.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe another one came too. But only maybe.
Anka, are you going to participate or did you get a chance to or no?
Oh.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it's on you. It's on you. Yeah, get it.
I'm still working on the geo quiz. I'm behind,
Okay.
so I won't be able to participate.
Okay, no problem. All right, so that's the second thing we're doing, by the way. That's another game that we're playing.
Me as the shill master is not going in.
Oh yeah, it would also not make too much sense if you participate, Bimbo, because
Yes.
all right. So, am I to understand that it's going to be LO Farms and Carrie? Are you going to participate too? It could just be between you two ladies. It could just be.
I think Cope is coming in too, but he's on the phone at the moment. So maybe let's wait for him. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Amber just joined us. Amber.
I think someone else just joined also.
Yeah, Amber. Amber just joined. So.
Hey, Amber.
So the competition today is going to be between Carrie and LO Farm so far. Those are the two that are going to show somebody else's post. But I am going to start.
50-50 chance.
It's a 50-50 chance. You're going to get 100 Steam Power delegation.
And Amber, you're completely right in the second here. So if you have a shill, a post for today, so please give me a ninja now.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's how you say you're going to participate.
Give me a ninja. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Let's get serious again.
Let's get serious again. All right, I'll get started.
Not me.
I'll get started,
Okay.
Bimbo, but and then hopefully somebody else will put their ninja, and and participate too. So this is the one I'm going to show today. Of course, part of the rules is it has to be another Helpie, right? You gotta participate by grabbing a post from another Helpie, and sharing that. So this is the one I really enjoyed. This is from Fee Dizzle. Fee Dizzle. I actually damn you. I think we picked the same one. I won. Listen,
So-
I
So
love.
let's do it.
Oh, she has another one. Okay. But I have to say, I love
Okay.
that story of Fee Dizzle because I'm a sucker for for somebody else's backstory. And even though I've been living in a city for the longest time, I love the romantic idea of the little town. And Fee started to write her life chapter. You know how she was when she grew up and how everybody knew each other and everybody. When somebody got married, they knew exactly who it was to who, and even describes how there were no markets because people would just go to somebody else's house and buy the potatoes directly. And I think that little window into that different world that is almost lost, that it doesn't, you can't really find anymore, was pretty special. Fee is actually an excellent writer. I wish she would write more, but maybe she doesn't write as much as I would like to see just because she does such a good job. But I never read something from Fee that I don't think, oh my god, this is pretty awesome. And she's also one of the first Helpies I recruited because I kind of identified that talent and that good heart in her. So I was really, really taken by this post. So if you guys want to read something that's going to give you a little bit of nostalgia and a little bit of feels, I would definitely recommend you have a listen. Not a listen. It's because I read something that Serena just said. You read that post. So anyways, that is my shill. It's short and sweet. And I will leave the floor to the next person, whoever is going to show next. Is it going to
So,
be...
Alel,
Hello?
it's on you. Come on, get in.
Oh, no, Carrie's going to do it.
Sorry. Carrie's got it.
All right, Carrie.
Yo, I beat you. Hi, guys. Okay, so I had two, but since we went sappy the first time, I'm going to go Helpie style this one, and if I can do another one, then I might show the other one. So this is Dave McCoy. He was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still hanging out. Yeah, it looks like he's in here still. Dave, this was super helpful post, bro. And I make posts like this, and I didn't to a lot of these things, which now I do, so I want to say thank you. So this post is called Dear Don, and I honestly hadn't noticed he'd been doing this thing, and it's super cool. I know Dawn, kind of, not very well. She entered one of my transient flowers contests several months back and won some leggings that I mailed to her, so I do know her. So I think it's really great that you're combining with other Steamians to help people out. Check out the post if you don't have. It's got awesome little animated text dividers and things in here, tons of different things. The only thing I'd give him a down point on is he did not link to my super helpful Pimp Your Post, but it's fine. And yeah, there's also one of the other cool things in here that I found was a whole list made 2 years ago of emojis and the actual code on Steemit. And I was like, dang, I didn't have that. I mean, just use getemoji.com and I just leave it up on an open thing. But having all of them there with the coding, I think is cool, a little nerdy in the code way. So yeah, this is a super cool post. You guys should put it and star it and put it into your on your bookmark bar that you have. I have a folder called Steemit, and my bookmark bar have a crap ton of links in that so that I can always get back to it. So yeah, I'm shilling this post all day because he's also and it's something to do with Dawn. So she has she's super helpful writer and a staff member for Curator too. Again, she participated a long time ago, so she's been around at least a little longer than I have. And so yeah, it's really fun. You guys should go check this one out.
I'm
and
saving
Carrie
it right
out.
now. Yeah, Carrie just freaking schooled me. She's just freaking schooled me. All right. Oh my god! I just got.
Can I go now?
Yeah, I mean, I would be intimidated if I were you, but yeah, go for it.
Carrie does intimidate me, but I love her so much that I
Yeah.
overlook the scariness, so it's all right. Before first, before I start on the post that I'm gonna show, I have to say one more thing about Fee's post because I loved it so very much. She caught me at the barefoot in the boonies because I feel like we live the same childhood somehow. And she reminds me of the home that I've sort of lived my life trying to get back to. And she writes in such a descriptive way that I really felt that I was there with her. So, yes, get over there and show her some love. She is an amazing, amazing writer. But the post that I'm going to show, because mine was stolen, is actually from our very own Darren or Mr. Bloom. This is actually the first gardening or permaculture post that I've seen from him recently. I know that he is into it. I just haven't seen much from him. And I hope that this post encourages him to do more because it's very good. Amazing photos, just absolutely amazing. And he really just walks us through what started him down his permaculture walk with actually a user that I am stalking hard for Helpie, but they have become inactive. But just very descriptive as well. He includes his family and just shows you everything that he has going on his little urban homestead. And I think it's really great. He's gotten some love on it. I know he had quite a big obstacle this last week with having his account taken. So he's recovering well, and he is using Mr. Bloom for his gardening, and he's going to be using his Darren account for his music, is what he said. So I really enjoyed this post. I think it's well written. I think the pictures are absolutely amazing and really support the story that is, well, it's captivating. And I think we kind of go along in the story with him and see his journey, which is always nice.
That is awesome. I did see that post earlier, actually, and I give it an upvote myself. Mr. Bloom is a very interesting character. He's extremely passionate about everything, and that is his biggest strength, and sometimes also the thing that trips him. You know, the other day when he had that little setback, he was so down. He was so down, and but at the same time, you know, everybody came together, and I'm proud of every single one of you guys because all you guys did. We cheered him up, and then everybody contributed to that new account, and he's not only back, but he's back with a vengeance. So the dude went from almost like feeling so destroyed and so down and quitting the platform to right now saying, okay, now I'm going to maintain 2 blogs. And that was the best outcome. Yeah.
The raising from the ashes, I thought, was the best quote ever. Like, you are not going to get me. I'm going to raise from these ashes. And I think he's been doing really well. I think he's even more passionate and hitting it harder than he was before. And I think that his upvotes, even though those don't mean everything, are really showing that as well.
Exactly. Yeah. But exactly. He did. I'm proud of him. He really turned it around. I mean, and it was hard. It was hard for him. I could tell. Like that day, he was. Imagine. I mean, all of us would react like that. We can pretend we wouldn't, but if you had an account, you worked really hard, you get up your reputation up there, 50 something, I think he was like 55, and all of a sudden a hacker takes your account and you look at it, all the SBD is gone, and your reputation is -1. It would break your heart too. But the family here, everybody came together, and we made him a new account. We sent him Steam. Bembel sent him some Steam. I think Ned sent some SBDs. Everybody got together, and he's, I think, almost reputation 50 again on the new account, and he did it so quickly just because we all came together. And this is to kind of point out what I've said so many times already, like the strength of a community, because you would be hard pressed to find somebody that would do that for somebody else just because. Meaning like this, meaning that if you were by yourself on the platform and somebody was to hack you and you didn't participate of any community, just no, me because my content is awesome, me, and then something like that would happen, you would be really hard pressed to find somebody to say, hey, listen, I remember that post you wrote, which I thought was great. Here you go. Here's a brand new account. Here's some SBD. Do it. You know? And not to say that a person would not deserve it. Maybe, yeah, they would. But the person did not mind the real currency, which is what I keep on talking about, which is the social currency. This connection that we're developing right now, this conversation that we're having, you guys getting to know the voice behind my little avatar, has some sort of value. There's some connection that happens because we're having this conversation, and I'm not just text on a computer. So, and that's why I encourage everybody to talk too. Now, I know that not everybody feels comfortable talking, and that's the other elements. Like whenever you're ready, you can talk. If you want to share a post, if you want to talk, if you want to ask questions, go for it. You're not forced. Everything here is voluntary. Me. Yeah, bitches. That's right. An unofficial shilling post. Yeah, I have to say, Bembo, man, I'm really proud of you, man. I'm really proud of you. Bembo, I'm going to show Bembo just a little bit, okay? And then I don't want him to get all blushy on me, but it's just a fact. I said a while back, and I think on our first meeting, I said that I think it's kind of self-defeating to believe that you can't help somebody else unless you are a whale or you're a dolphin yourself. And that is so true, guys, because we put these like little breaks on our lives. We go like, you know what? Once I become a whale, or once I become a dolphin, then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find the little accounts that have absolutely no love, and then I'm gonna. I was like, I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't make sense or that you couldn't do it if you're a whale, if you're a dolphin. But what is preventing you from right now doing something great for somebody else? Can you give a huge upvote? No, you can't. But what you know what you can do? You can give somebody an awesome comment. You can read somebody's post. You can care, and even though that's a penny or two, that penny or two with a great comment could mean, you know what? I read it, I cared, I appreciate you, and that's worth more than $1 upvote that just came because somebody wanted to make some curation. So, also there's a little bit of mental reprogramming there. Like it's not. We can't think of like, oh, money all the time. We got to erase that shit from our... I'm sorry for the word, but erase it from our heads. Now, the other thing is, and why I'm shilling Bembo a little bit, is because he's a tiny account. Bembo's a tiny account. He's actually... I think he's still considered a plankton. And even though he's a tiny account, he sent 10 Steam to Mr. Bloom, to Darren, so that Darren could get his account up and running. And that says something. And also, he sent 5 SBD for the other thing we were doing for the lady that was getting her surgery. He donated 5 SBD of his own. And I think that speaks wonders for the kind of person that he is. Because he's not waiting. And I'm not saying that other people didn't. Because he did the same thing. And I believe also Serena donated some stuff. And they're tiny accounts. But they prove my point. You know, they don't wait until they're whales, until they're dolphins to be forces of good. You know, they're Helpies right now, when they're tiny. And this idea that money is evil, this idea is like, oh, rich people are evil. I don't buy it. You know, what I think is the money is a tool, and good people with money do good things, and bad people with money do bad things. It's just a tool. You know, I don't think that somebody that has the heart to say, here you go, I only have 40 SBD in my wallet, but here you go, here's 10, is somebody that when he has 1,000 will be, no, I can't give you 10. You crazy? No, it's the opposite. I don't believe in that. So, anyways, I wanted to say, I'm proud of you, Bembo. That was awesome. You kind of set the example. You having the tiniest account in here and donating so much. So, that was awesome, brother. I'm really proud of you. All right, so anyways, I'm kind of going to open the floor a little bit to talk, to see anybody who has concerns, questions, or wants to talk about anything. I know you got here late, Amber, and I'm really, really sorry. We went through some stuff that you might already know. We did the post shilling. There's only 2 participants. If you want to participate shilling a post, you're welcome to. If you did not prepare one, that's fine. We're just going to move on to the next thing, which is another game, the second game that we're going to play. That Anka has been preparing for, actually, I think since yesterday. And this is a game called Geo Quiz, right? So I'm going to let her speak and tell you guys what it's all about, and then we'll play that next.
All right. Hey guys. Hello everybody. Can you guys hear me?
Konnichiwa, yes we can.
Ooh, konnichiwa is actually very relevant. So, I have a new quiz for you guys. This is another geo last week. So for everyone who wasn't here last time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a set of pictures to the chat. And what I need you guys to do is to look at the pictures, try to guess where they were taken, and Google Maps and just drop a pin anywhere in the world you think that this location fits. Share it in the chat. I will copy it and check. And the person that gets the closest to the location will get 2 SBDs. And we're gonna play 2 quizzes today. If you have any questions before I do that. I talk fast and sometimes I don't know if I
Why is this
anything
dark
else.
here?
Why is it what?
Why is it dark here?
Are you in night mode? All right, so are you
yes,
guys ready?
I am. I'm in Germany, yeah.
That's right. Well, it's dark here too.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm gonna drop the quiz now. You can start sending me your coordinates.
So after she drops the first pictures of the first place, then just go ahead and answer the coordinates where you think it might be. And while we are doing that, if anybody wants to ask a question or there's a concern or something you want to bring up, I did have a couple more things I wanted to brush up as we are closing our little meeting. Nothing too crazy, but obviously we're not going to sit here in silence while the game is going on. So.
And I'm gonna give you about like 3 minutes to basically do the whole Google search and find the coordinates. So basically you have 3 minutes to figure it out, and I will be collecting meanwhile all the answers.
Yeah.
The next one.
All right, this is to say, guys, that obviously whoever gets the closest is going to win. So if somebody, the closest one was 20,000 miles away, well, that's still the winner. But do your best. Go to Google Maps and see if you can guess where that is. And drop a pin and then just give the coordinates. And while you guys are doing that, I'll keep on talking about something else because this kind of came up actually today in a conversation. And I wanted to just touch up on it really quick in case that anybody has concerns regarding this. Somebody asked me, actually 2 people asked me, and then one person actually brought an issue with somebody who has been getting supported by Helpie Knots. Thoughts on bidbots. And somebody was asking me if they should even do it, if it's worth it. And here's kind of where I go with that. I believe that there's inherently nothing wrong with bidbots, not intrinsically, but it is not very much a sustainable thing to do. So anybody who wants to, no, I wouldn't call Helpie a bidbot because you can't send him SBD. I mean, we pay you upvote us. No. You guys don't pay anything. The bidbots, as you guys know, Steambot Tracker, people go there, they send SBDs, and then they get, you can get percentages of the votes by doing that. We have what's called a community account that upvotes delegators and non-delegators that participate of the account, but I wouldn't take SBDs for Helpie's votes. I find that to be questionable. Kinda. It is way better than a bidbot perspective. The idea is that by us sharing the resources, we all benefit a lot more than if we were doing SBDs. But regarding the bidbots, anybody who wants to do the bidbots, you can, and there's nothing wrong about doing that. But I think, yes, Hello Farms, that's the idea. You give the coordinates and then she checks. I think it's a way it should be used very much so like a pizza, like ice cream, like chocolate cake. It's delicious and we get it, but it's not a sustainable thing. So you cannot replace the interaction with other human beings. You cannot replace the growing your account, growing your connections and your network and your value on the platform with bitbots. There's vast examples of people doing this. So people that get onto the platform and they just bitbot themselves into $50, $60, $70 payouts every single time, and all they get is either fake interactions, which is people that just go there because they want to see if they can get a little bit of curation and don't read but just leave a wow post, or even worse, they just get the bots commenting, which I think is even more sad than you getting fake interactions. You have you kill yourself writing an awesome post or making an amazing song, and all you see is bots. It's kind of self-defeating, and I think it's kind of sad. That's my opinion. So now here's where I think a bitbot does come into play. Let's say that one of us, let's say that Pris Yeneth, she does like a brand new video for her upcoming album, and she has worked really hard with a team, has recorded the video and all stuff, and it's gonna put it out there. In the normal world, and I say normal air quotes, you can't see me, she would probably have to pay Facebook or Instagram or all these other platforms some money to promote the video that she just made, that she put so much money and effort into making. So it makes sense that maybe she would decide, okay, I'm going to promote this video and I'm going to buy some bots so I can get it into the trending page. I have never paid a platform though. Well, yeah, that's awesome that you haven't did that. But my point is that doing it in that sense makes sense to me, because what you're doing is, okay, I have this special event thing, I have this special thing that I've done, and I want to promote it. Because do know that most of the time, I say 99% of the time, or maybe 90, maybe I'm being too mean, bitbots are negative ROI. You make very little money. If not, you actually lose. And the reason being is that a lot of people bid so much money into the bitbots that they exceed the amount of the votes, and then what you get is a lot less than what you actually thought you were going to get, because there's last 10 seconds of the bot, somebody threw in a freaking 20 SBD bid, and there you goes all your return on investment. So if anybody's thinking, oh, I'm gonna make so much money with the bitbots, I'll tell you right now, you won't. It's not gonna work. There is a few exceptions. There's actually one called Only Profit Bot that if it goes above the net ROI, meaning you bid it too much and it cannot give you a guaranteed positive ROI, it would refund you the difference, and which is, I put it in the resources here. If somebody wants to promote their blogs a little bit, that one will guarantee you not losing money. Smart Steam is also one that guarantees you not losing money, but it's not a bot. It's more like a service. They do have a bot as well. But I would say 90% of the time, bitbots are negative ROI. So anybody who thinks, I found the loophole, this is how I'm going to make the money, it's not a loophole. And at the end of the day, really, it's just feeding the bot owners a lot more money and giving more wealth to the biggest accounts of the platform. And so I think that it's a long term. In the long term, is actually creating more inequality on the platform. That's my opinion. But I'm not going to judge if somebody wants to promote their stuff. Now, what's happening now?
Now, also, if I might interject,
yeah, of course.
There's a difference between bid bots and voting bots like Helpie. Bid bot, you have to send them money for each one of your bids. And like you said, the negative return on investment is pretty real in a lot of those, because everybody, you think you're going to have a good vote just looking at the statistics on the Steambot tracker webpage, and right at the last minute, everybody piles in on it, and it ends up being a negative return on investment. Yeah, but exactly. you get bots like Helpie and Minnow Support, bot, the MSP bot, those kind of bots, you're not paying for individual votes. They just vote on you. And, if you delegate, well, like Minnow Sport Bot, you got to delegate in order to get, well, no, actually, I don't think you have to delegate to use the bot, but delegating to the bot gives
Gives
it
you
a
more,
slightly
yeah.
larger, it gives it a slightly larger vote per. And the same thing with Helpie Bot. The more delegations we get on the Helpie Bot, the bigger the vote is. But you don't have to. I mean, you don't have to bid on the Helpie Bot. It just does it anyway.
I think just to use the Mano support bot, you just have to be in their server, and that's it.
You have
Yeah,
to
I believe
register.
that's
Awake.
correct. Yeah.
And register. You have to register, but that's it. But
Yeah,
but they do have a love one that's called the love bot that does upvote you if you delegate.
Yeah, I've delegated to 3 different bots on the MSP. So I get votes from them. None of them are big votes, but they all help. They help you accumulate a little bit at a time anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's especially if you're just starting out. Those are tools that are there so that you don't collect dust because you're putting in work, and it's completely reasonable for you to try to get a little bit of return on the amount of work that you put in. It's reasonable. I will never judge. I did it myself. I think it's actually smart to say, okay, I'm starting out. I have 15 steam power delegated to me. Yeah, let me get at least 25 cents for this hour of work I put in. There's nothing about that I find wrong or unethical. I guess my point was that most people don't understand that the bid bots are negative ROI 90% of the time, and they think that they found a trick. So especially when you first jump into the platform, because numbers are confusing and SBDs are not what they're supposed to be. So people are like, oh my God, yeah, I'm just going to double my money. And once I've sat down with them and I've done the math for them and I go like, okay, this is how much you spent. This is how much is going to go into steam power. This is how much is going to go into SBDs. And this is how much you're going to lose in curation. You lost this much. They go like, what? No way I lost. But it said it was going to give me, well, because it is confusing, but I'm telling you, most of the time what happens, just like you said, right at the end, they pile up, right? And you get into negative ROI. Now, if you're promoting a contest you're doing, if you're doing something, whatever, you can think of it like, I'm making this investment because I need to get it on the front page. Now, what's happening right now in the training page is that we have a lot of spam, and they're talking about that. We're having a lot of spam that's getting put to the front page. And to that, I say a couple of things. The first one being is like, yes, that is terrible, but it might be because we need to change how the training page works. Maybe it should not be the biggest payouts. Maybe it should be the posts with the most upvotes, so that if somebody just uses a giant bot, it doesn't show on the training because there's actually no interaction. And not so much that we want... I agree
with that.
Yeah, and not so much that we want to get rid of the bots and we want to get rid of the money. And here's the reason why I say that. We believe, and I of course, I'm not blind to this fact. We believe that the money from Steam comes from content. And in a sense, it does. But it only does if it is built upon, edified on top of investment. Meaning that people have to put money, cold hard cash, into Bitcoin to grab this Bitcoin and buy Steam with it, and so that Steam actually has liquidity. So to say, oh, we don't want any bots, none, screw you guys, screw you whales, is almost like saying, hey guys, you know what? I love houses, and I love living in a house, but don't you dare ever, ever, ever take down a tree and cut down the wood. It's like, well, there's a dissonance there. You see what I mean? Because in order for you to build a house, you need to have lumber. Yes, I get it. There should be a balance. We shouldn't be deforesting freaking acres and acres. Yeah, I get it. We should have a balance, but we do need investment. We need investment. Oh, Anka's gonna. Okay, Anka's gonna.
Another thing. Oh,
Anka has the results for the first game.
I'm not hearing anything.
Chan, chan, chan.
Anka, your mic's not working.
Okay. Hey, sorry. So I got 5 answers, and I wanted to give a chance for everyone to get the results for this round, and then after we do this round, we're gonna have another one. Continue your message. So I just wanted to give you guys a little clue. I should have said it in the beginning. I totally forgot because I read when I'm on the mic. But the theme is volcanoes. So some of you got it. Who got all over the world with your answers. So we have UK, we have Canary Islands, we have there's one from Japan. We got another one somewhere on the west coast of the US. So all of these are pretty far from from the the image that I sent. So I'm considering giving you another go. Maybe this time keep in mind that it's a volcano. So another round, or should we call it and go for another round? What do you say?
You guys want to give it another try? Now you know that it's supposed to be volcanoes, or you guys want to? All right, let's. Well, we keep on talking. Guys,
You know what? I think that we're gonna call this one because now I see in the comments a lot of people, right? Because they're actually naming the volcano. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna announce the person who got the closest, without any clues.
Okay.
We have 2 people that were very close, LL and Eunice. They got super close by like enormous distance, but still the closest. So, but LL got the closest one, which was Israel. And yeah, so she gets 2 SBDs, and the next round is also going to be a volcano. So now you have that clue. I'm gonna post the next round. Wish you guys good luck. So next round coming up.
All right, so hello. After we get done with the little meeting, I'll send you your 2 SBD. So you're the first winner. All right, cool beans. So the second round is starting. But to finish the idea that we were sharing, we do want investment, we want balance. Of course, we want great content. But here's what I think about this though. It might be best solved with the whole let's get the most upvotes, more interaction on the trending page, and not dangle the carrot of the dollars in front of everybody, so that we can have the least worst, which is let these people buy themselves their own trophies and spend all this money if that's what they want to do, because it's going to bring more money into the platform and we need the money. But let's not make that be the front page, the front cover of what the platform is all about, because it's hard to argue for the value of content if what you're seeing is spam with a $500 a payout pending. So but that's the thing, guys. I mean, we can't fall victim into this whole idea of like, oh no, everybody that is on trending and us and spending all this money on these bots, screw them, they're destroying Steam and all this stuff, because we need the investment. What we could do and should do and be a little more diplomatic about it is maybe suggest to the development teams, maybe talk to witnesses about it. Maybe we can create some posts about this. Maybe talk to tag Andrew Anarchy, the guy who works with Steam It Inc. Maybe it's a conversation to have with Aggroed if you feel strongly about it, about how changing the trending page to something that makes a lot more sense. And it's a complicated subject too, because value, or the value of a post or a song, is kind of subjective. It's kind of hard to say for me that something is not valuable if I don't like it. And what I mean by that is this: I particularly don't enjoy a lot of gangster music, for example, like hip hop, gangster hip hop. I don't like it, but that doesn't mean that it's not well done, or so that it's not valuable. It's just I don't like it. So we also have to put that into the equation, which is your personal bias can't can't also be like, well, you know what, I only like music, so anything that's not music is crap, and photography should not have big payouts. Well, I don't know about that, because there's people that enjoy photography, and I'm one of them, by the way, and I believe that photography does have a place on the platform, but I've seen people say, "Oh, I can't believe that photographers are making so much money with their posts." But those are things that you don't want to be saying. That makes absolutely no sense. So that's the thing regarding BitBots, regarding the trending page. Here's another thing I wanted to talk today, which is, it's a bit of a delicate subject, but it's not. We need to have this conversation with everybody, and this has to be in a recording. So let me start out by asking a question, because I know Amber has no problem talking. Amber, how do you feel about reporting another Helpie? About saying, hey, coming to me or to Pitchy and being like, hey, such and such is doing this. What are your thoughts on that? Amber, are you still there? I think Amber is not here. Can you guys still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Man, I would say something about the Bitbot, because sometimes it gets used to, to promote something on trending page, for useful posts sometimes. Even if I wouldn't say I'm completely against Bitbots, but I don't like this whole idea. But sometimes it has a useful purpose,
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, it's not all crap. It's just a lot of it is crap, but it's not all crap.
I would say also that considering only the number of upvotes, that will, how can I say, promote something that comes from curation trades. Like, for example, the Italian community. You see many posts with 300 upvotes, stuff like that. I've been through that, and I don't think that would work to verify. I mean,
what about a combination or a percentage of upvotes and interaction? So a post has to have a lot of upvotes and a certain amount of comments against the upvotes. So if there's a that might make sense, because then that means that they're organic upvotes and not somebody who just created some upvote farm with 1 penny and got himself into a trending like that. So
that could be a good idea. Yeah,
it's something to think about. I think engagement probably says a lot more about quality than the actual payouts, really, because if something is not great, regardless of what I see in the dollar amount, I usually don't interact. This is me, and maybe I'm being idealistic, but if somebody puts like a song that I don't think is awesome, or I don't go and like, hey, by the way, man, this sucked, I just don't say anything. So maybe and most people would also prefer not to say something negative, just not interact. So maybe the non-interaction could be seen as a way to filter out lower quality. Maybe. And that's just a thought.
Yeah, the problem with lack of interaction is a lot of people upvote a post, but even if it is a good post, they don't have anything to say. There's a lot of posts that I upvote, and I think they're good posts, but I just don't have anything to add to the post in a reply. So a lot of times I just don't reply, because I don't want to make a shit reply, if you know what I mean. Well, that was great. I shit comment on your post because you expect that, you know who it is, but
Oh,
yeah,
those are shit comments,
it's
Amber.
hard
Nobody
to-
told me those are shit comments. I was enjoying them.
Yeah, that high wow, it's my favorite thing for people that expect it and don't think that it's some person that has no clue.
So what you're saying is that when you tell me to check your function, you're not being sincere.
Gee, I don't know. What do you think?
but here's the But
It's
that's what I'm
what's
saying.
called
Maybe
fun
it's a
comment.
combination. Maybe it's a combination of both. It's a combination of comments and upvotes. So a post without, like a post with a bunch of upvotes and no comments is probably an indication of a rigged thing, and a post with no upvotes and no comments is also a weird thing. So maybe it's a combination of the two. Maybe they're not exclusive. Maybe, I'm not sure.
And then there's the people who have 10 sock puppet accounts to upvote their posts, and of course there's no comments involved with those.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good indication of how maybe it could be a second filter. But let me ask you.
It must be nice to have the kind of money so you can invest in a bunch of Steam to power up a few sock puppet accounts so that you can vote the hell out of yourself.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, do you honestly think that these people feel good about themselves? Like it's kind of like. I don't know who's got a hot microphone. Somebody has a hot microphone.
That would be sound waves.
Yeah, it's almost
like I think
it's almost like calling yourself an awesome football player, and when I ask you, oh yeah, how come you're an awesome football player, and you go like, here's my trophy. Oh, where'd you get that? No, I bought it. It's kind of like, I don't know. If you're buying your own trophy, I wouldn't call you an awesome football player. But
I think that the people that do this and make their sock puppet accounts, they don't care about quality or anything like that. They're after the money. I mean, let's face it. That's one of the big draws to this place is that you can make money here, and once you figure it out, it's pretty darned easy to game the system if you have some fiat to throw at Steam to power up, a couple of sock puppet accounts.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it is true. I mean, but that's the thing too. That what I was saying earlier is that we also don't want to become unfriendly to the money that come in, because we need the money to come in. So that's why it's supposed to be. The best solution here is balance. So yeah, we want these guys spending money on the platform. We want demand for the purchase of Steam. Are a few of them or considerable percentage of them going to be bad actors? Maybe so. Which is the other reason why I keep on saying, like, that's why I'm picky. That's why I'm picky, because I don't want any bad actors here. But we need people buying the Steam, because I mean, I'm not pointing any fingers, but there's quite a few accounts on MSP and maybe here too that never spent a penny on Steam. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I'm not pointing any finger. Nothing wrong with that. But where do you think the money comes from?
That would be me. I've never put fiat into it because I don't have any extra fiat to put into it. But some of us are like that.
But there you go, Amber. Exactly. So you made my point for me. If you've put in the work, so you put in the proof of brain element of it, which is you contributed with your pictures, because you do photography. You contributed with the songs that you post, the videos I used to do when you were doing the thing with Buggy Turtle. All that was your contribution, right? And that's how you made the money. So you contribute with that part, but without having the people to put money into Steam, you couldn't possibly convert your proof of brain, your content contribution, convert that into any type of currency. So that's why both sides are needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Now here's the second element to it, because we're having this conversation, and I'll get your thoughts, Amber, on this, and anybody who wants to chip in. I know Artemis, by the way, I just noticed you came in, brother. Happy to see you. Artemis is gonna very soon start a curation on artists of Steam, because I want to have one for traditional art, really. Not so much illustration, but traditional. There's awesome people making amazing things on Steam and not getting enough love. So me and Artemis had a great conversation about that. We're going to start some curation with that. And by the way, I don't know if you guys have seen this. I'm going to show him a little bit. Artemis is an amazing artist. Nothing wrong with illustration. That nothing wrong. But I want to do a separate curation for illustration because digital artists are their own breed, and it can be such a hybrid thing. Like we actually have Matitan here. She's not here currently. She does like stuff in Illustrator, but there's like mixed media really on digital art. You know, combining music, like Soundwaves, for example. Soundwaves is somewhat of a mixed bag of art. He does like these crazy fractal pictures with songs and stuff, and I think that's another curation that we might look into a little bit
Fractals.
further. The fractals. But nothing wrong with illustration. I actually enjoy illustrations a lot. Anka is a great illustrator. So I just want to separate traditional art because I believe that, and this is my opinion, it could be wrong, but I believe that it gets really overlooked, and it breaks my heart. So I want to maybe start there. But in any case, here's the other element I was going to ask Amber. So if I can get your opinion on this. What do you think about I don't know if this is the right word, tattletaling or reporting another. Oh, okay, Anka has the results. All right, perfect. Go for it, Anka.
Discreet, but you're going to a new in another 10 minutes. So
Yeah,
okay.
You don't talk much? What?
I talk too much, yeah.
Yeah, so okay, so we got a lot of answers. Well, not a lot, I think 5 again. And I just wanna double check. LL Farm, Volcano Hopper? Is that the volcano you picked? Yidnis, you chose a place north north US, like around like Yellowstone, right? I'm just double checking to make sure that I got the coordinates right. Cool. All right, so I got Yidnis and checking. Okay, Sunset Crater. Okay. Thing. Yeah, you got a volcano for sure, but I wasn't sure. Okay, and then Louis, he picked in Iceland. Let's see which one. Nobody can pronounce. Springen Sand.
You can just say it's in Iceland.
Iceland, yeah.
There's no need to
And
I can't either.
well, I thought that you chose it so that I say it. All right, and then Bemble, he chose Fuji in Japan, and that is the winner.
Wow, Bimbo
Oh,
won.
really? That's
Location pretty spot on. Yes, it is Fuji. Yes, I actually, the pictures I chose have like a little arc, like a little identifier that kind of gives away that it could be Japan, that it's somewhere in Asia. So if you spotted that, then you should have been able to guess it pretty easy. So Bembo, congrats.
I actually thought it might be Fuji on the first picture, but then I saw a lot of dark rocks, and I thought that looks like Iceland, or it looks like
Yeah.
like Game of Thrones, you know?
Thinking about Iceland, but then I don't know what happened and I ended up in Japan, so be next time. But maybe not volcanoes, something else.
Yeah, I saw that small gate, and I saw it's a Japanese gate, and so it was easier.
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of volcanoes in Japan, so but you
But
got
not so much with-
the classic one.
Yeah, but not so much with a white gate on it.
I don't know. Maybe they all have some gate. All right, congrats. That was awesome. Thank you guys for
Thanks.
participating.
Oh, hang on. That white thing?
People already
That's a
won
Japanese
twice.
gate?
It is.
Oh, wow. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it's It's kind of tiny, and there's like a little temple, some kind of a shrine
Yeah,
next to it.
right. It's a small shrine on the way up on the top, and so yeah, you can see.
Well, Bembo had to know because he knows the way of the ninja, so that's where the ninjas live, so that's how he knew.
Yeah.
There you go, of course.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
So Bamble ninja'd the contest again, because last time I think he also was our winner.
Yeah, he was, huh? Funny enough. Well,
Yeah, and he
Bamble
got
and
it
Hello
almost
Farms.
to,
Yes,
like,
I am.
Yeah, he got it on the spot, right? He got it like a block away or something like that.
Yep. So congrats, and again, thank you guys for playing. I know some of you had a hard time getting the coordinates. The next time when we play it, I'll kind of explain it a little better.
I told Aka to make a post about about the game, how it works, and how to look for the coordinates so that we can play it better next week. So once she does that, I'll re-steam it through Helpie.
We have something to do.
Yeah.
We have to take a look for the Schiller of the week.
That is correct.
All right, so let's move to that. And again, thank you guys for playing, and I'm looking forward to play it again next time. Thank you, and congrats to everyone.
All right,
so it's the Schiller.
The Schiller of the week. That's right. So Bembo's gonna put the names of the Schillers of today, and then what we do, I think the way that we did it last week is, so you guys stop typing. He's gonna put each name, then hit enter, then the next name, then hit enter, and all you guys get a vote. Put a little ninja on who you thought did the best at shilling, and then that person's gonna get the 100 Steam Power delegation from me. Starting tomorrow, so when the post goes up. So only one vote per person, please, so that we can count them properly. A little pharma. That's not the right person. So, all right.
Okay then.
What the hell is that bitch? All right, so those are the two Schillers this week. It was Carrie Allen and Hello Farms. So you guys, I am going to restrain from voting, just to be fair. So you guys put a little ninja on... You have your own pharmacy. Yeah, put a little ninja who you think did the best.
So let's go. Please give me your votes.
Yeah, you can put a poop ninja if you want to. It doesn't matter.
Or does it count as this was a shitty one?
It's the only one I got. I don't see the other ninja.
It's okay.
Hey, do you know, guys? This person is getting 100 Steam Power delegation, so you know your vote does matter.
We have a tie. No?
Is there a tie?
No. We got one vote in the last second, but I have to take a look. And now it's going up. It's going to Hello Farms this week.
It's going to Hello. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Hello. You're getting a 100 Steam Power delegation for 7 more days for you to, so you can go flag hygiene. I'll send you the delegation after I get done doing the post. Vote for Cope. Yes, Cope, you did a good job today, Cope. I really love the post you showed. So anyways, guys, this is basically it for a little meeting. I hope you guys had some fun and we learned something new from each other. You can add reactions, Wonderglass. No, you serious? Well, I'm gonna check. That should not be the case. When I click on it, that should not be the case. I was messing with the server a little bit, but that should not be the case. But anyways, I'm gonna conclude the recording. We can stay and chat a little bit longer, but the recording is coming to an end. I just want to say thank you to everybody that came. If you are listening to this Helpie meeting and you are a Helpie and you were not here today, consider coming to the next one. We might move the day. We might move the hour. I kind of messed up a little bit today because UTC doesn't change, but we do change for day life savings and all that stuff. So I messed up a little bit, and I do apologize for that. But maybe we're going to move it to Mondays. Maybe we're going to put it earlier on. I don't know. Maybe eventually we can do two days a week. I don't know. Yeah, because it gets really complicated from the people in Europe to do it later. And I really want as much people as possible on these little meetings. And I want everybody to get to know each other. So anyways, thank you guys for coming. Love you all. And this is going to be it for me. I'm signing out. And